Heyo, Eric from Dig and Living here. Wanted to report on some exciting news. We're getting ready to launch our blog. So I thought I would take a moment to introduce myself to you all and to show you a thing or two about the hives we manufacture. Let me show you a couple features and a couple manipulations that we can do. First of all, I'll say you can see here these hives in the foreground are overwintered colonies that are in the middle of making some blackberry honey. And you can see that they're actually comprised of boxes that we manufacture, the dark ones, the redwood, as well as some older equipment we've acquired elsewhere. All these boxes are 8-frame Western shallows, and our 8-frame Western shallows are very similar to commercial equipment and completely interchangeable with such, as you can see here. However, our boxes are 7/8 inch thick all the way around, which makes them an 1/8 inch thicker toward the exterior in all directions, and they also are an 1/8 inch taller, leaving an 1/8 inch more room above the frames. Anyway, what I really want to show you though is that all of our hives come standard with a 2-way bottom board, and you can see that enables the bees to have 2 entrances to each hive, one to the rear and one to the front. This is actually technically the rear of the hive, aka next to this hive. And you see the bees coming and going in and out of their half entrance quite happily. You can also see here on the front the bees coming and going from the front. And what's cool about that is it gives the bees access to shade and sun at any time of the day. And you will find that at certain times of the day, in the morning when it's cool, that they prefer the sun entrance, and at certain times of the day, especially when we get into the temperatures, high 90s and what have you, you'll see the bees actually avoid the sun entrance and come and go from the rear in the shade. It's a powerful tool for the bees who are masters at moving air currents, and it gives them access to cooler or warmer air at various times of the day. But the real magic of a 2-way bottom board comes when you combine it with a box that is compatible for 2-way, and then you insert what we call a division board. This division board slides down into a dado slot in the box and enables us to turn one hive into 2 4-frame nucleus colonies. Now you can see here we actually have another colony on top of this larger unit below. Our bottom boards and lids nest securely, so this hive is locked on, and it is also firmly seated on the lid, and thereby capturing and retaining the nest heat from the large colony below. Makes it much easier to overwinter a nucleus colony in a place where you have low winter temperatures. But what was done here is that 1 month ago, upon inspecting this large colony below, I found it in swarm prep. And so what I did is I removed 8 frames of bees and most all the swarm cells, and I moved them up into this colony above and inserted a division board so that we had 2 4-frame colonies with one entrance on either side. And I have come back now and inspected this colony a month later and found that they both successfully reared a new queen. So then what I did is I removed 1 4-frame colony and I put it into this nucleus, this single here, placed on the top, on the lid of the hive adjacent. And what I did is after I transferred it into a new unit, you can see I plugged up the entrance that they were using on the old box to encourage them to find the new location of the hive that they live in now. And since the old entrance and the new entrance was only 8 inches apart, the bees had an easy time making that transition over. And so what I started with was a colony in swarm prep, and what I finished with is a colony that never swarmed, continued to produce a large surplus of honey, and 2 singles. And I just transferred these bees. There was 4 frames of bees in here just a few days ago, and you can see they're doing quite well. Very happy to be here. So very excited, and that's just scratching the surface with the kinds of fun things you can do with our equipment. And what's neat here is this was all done without having to move anything. It was all done in situ. And that way it leaves you all the flexibility of what you can do with these nucleus colonies. I can pick them up and take them off to a new yard. I can use them to requeen this colony. or requeen another colony in the yard. If I find a failing unit that's lost a queen, then I have the resources in the yard right now waiting to fix it up. So I look forward to telling you some more about it, and in the meantime, do great things, y'all. Okay, peace.